Hey everybody, Engineer Coffee. Welcome back to Mars. Last episode we built this welding bay here, got it all finished out for our turret drones, got a little thing on the roof to hook it off of the welder area and put it onto the floor to charge and send it off on its merry way. So the first thing I want to do is just continue this on 3 more times down the bay here. So I've got a projector to get this guy welded on. So I want to see if I can get the lobster through the door here and get at least most of this welded up. So let's go ahead and get started. I'd like to thank my newest members, Stone Bam and Andrew Kashenko. Sorry if I mispronounced your names. If you would like to join, there should be a join button below. I think there's an issue on iOS. You might have to go onto a browser, but other than that, there should be a join button below. All right, well, we were able to get most of it. Looks like we got to get this perimeter here and the one over here on the front, but I think we can just go ahead and manually place the blocks, and maybe we can get the welder back in here to get those. Otherwise, we can do it all manually. That's fine. Down here, did it get... it missed some. I was worried about that, but that's all right. That's pretty easy to weld up. Yeah, it just doesn't want to get that side. That's kind of normal how projections go, I feel. You get one side and not the other. Alright, well, it didn't get much here on this side, but that's okay. We can figure that part out. Well, I know others have brought it up, but I am also curious to know how Keen is going to address welding up all these tiny blocks, especially 25 centimeter ones in Space Engineers 2, because even with these 50 centimeter blocks here, it is a little tedious. So I'm hoping to see how they address that in survival. Everything we've seen so far is just creative, which I guess kind of makes sense. To me, it feels like they're going like a nostalgia route, like they're not really revealing much. We haven't seen wheels or planets or rotors or any of that stuff. It's almost like it was back in alpha early access for Space Engineers 1, where it was just the red ship and the blue ship and then like a green base, and that was it. And I remember those days fondly, but it seems to be kind of the route they're going. They're not really revealing too much. I'm hoping we see some more like other mechanics soon, but it makes me curious how far off we are.
Many hours later.
All right, got that all done. It looks pretty cool. It really wasn't too bad. I just copied settings here in Build Vision and then pasted them over, so everything is labeled correctly. Hopefully, I probably missed some things, but that's all right. And then for like the programming stuff, it wasn't too bad. When you come in here and just look at one of them, and you can find everything on that grid. I guess I didn't do the labels, but that's fine. They're all off anyway. I really should just have the labels like that. So I don't really care, but the timers themselves should be all labeled, yeah, number 2. So that's all good there. And that was pretty easy, because when you're going through the list, you can just find what's white to know that it's on the same grid, so that wasn't too bad. Got that all done. Obviously, all the programming still needs to be redone. The projector is based on the number 1 over there, so I don't know if it'll actually control number 1 or if it's going to control what's on this grid, but we'll redo it anyway. Alright, so the next thing I want to work on is the Tardigrade bay over here. So we kind of lucked out. I didn't really plan it this way, but we have an even number here of 4. So what I'm thinking is we'll probably put a ring around. It's not quite deep enough, unfortunately. It'd be nice if it was 6 wide between the orange there. But maybe something like this. We only need 3 wide for the tardigrade to get out. It's really not that big. Something like that. And then we can put hangar doors in here. Let's do those in white. Let's get the number 2. I don't know why I like those ones better. Those little ribs at the bottom. And then we'll put the window in, probably. That will work. And then here will be our tardigrade bay, and we should be able to get the ship out. We might have to, like, put it up on a piston or something to drive it out here. Just so it's above the roof line before it takes off, but we'll probably have to manually program it anyway, so that's not too big of a deal. We'll probably just have it there and we manually control it out and go put it on one of its spots. So we'll put this one as Tardigrade Bay. So let's find a T here. There we go. That should work. And then I've got to figure out what I want to do for like a control center, because I didn't leave myself anything here. Unless we have the top of the building, I guess we could do that. We could, oh, didn't mean to turn off my jetpack. We're only going to have a control room that's this wide here. I plan on putting some type of block here and like a hallway to cover over, probably passage blocks to cover up these conveyor ports, because those are pretty ugly. So I have some type of block there. And then we could just like cantilever something out over here that we just have like this bay, like this. Or we could bring the building down one. That might be the better option, because we might need to plumb this direction. I didn't really want to use this storage system for the tardigrade, but we might. I feel like all the parts are going to be totally different. It has way more motors and other things to worry about, that it might need its own separate storage system. So it would be nice to kind of route that differently instead of using this system. We'll have it, yeah, it's all wrong now. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring the building down like this. All right, I'm trying to look at a little symmetric that it was maybe retrofitted at some point, but let's see. We've got that orange carrying down, and it would have been here. That would be that slope, and then how did I do it on the end over here? Slope down, and then 1 block. Maybe this one will go all the way to the floor. I don't really know. That might be a good idea. So this will be the pipe works. And do we want it to curve? See, I wanted to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the building, so then this would be the end of it. How did I do it over here? Oh, it's double thick. That's why. Alright, I am mistaken here. So this is actually a whole nother block. It goes like this. Then it slopes to this, and then it has one of these on the end, and I'm out of steel plates, because of course I am. Let's grab some of that stuff off. Okay, and then that drops down like that, and we have our building symmetric for the most part. I don't know if I want the foundation to go... Yeah, I probably will, actually. Alright, there we go. We're starting to get a nice little wireframe here. I'm probably going to come in with the welder ship and weld this up before I get confused with all the stuff going on here before we start building the floor. I don't think I need one there. I might get annoyed by the little seam there, but I don't think I can actually get access to it. That's okay. Yeah, that should work. We can get rid of those pillars. And then that would just be the floor color. Now, the more I think about it, the more I don't really want to do another smart storage system just for one tardigrade that we may or may not weld up very often. So I think I'm just going to keep that one. We'll probably just plumb underneath the floor and then come over here. Or maybe I'll just knock this guy over. How can I route that guy? So I could route this guy around this direction and then come in here. And that would leave that one to be able to route out that way. That might be the better route to do. Then I don't have to redo the floor. Alright, well there is the start of it. I ran out of steel plate, so I only got so far, but got a pretty good handle on the bay here. The inside, I'm not terribly happy with this black beam here. I feel like this part should be black, but then when you go to the top, it needs to be orange. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do there. It doesn't quite flow for me, and I'm not sure exactly what to do about it yet. But on the inside here, we've got our little cutout here for the tardigrade. This one's going to be a lot easier to weld. We don't need all this shenanigans of spinning the body and pushing in legs. It's just one grid that's all going to get welded together. And there was a guy, Fireball, on Steam that had sent me this contraption. He was inspired by the robot arm, and so he built this guy to hide away the arms. And I thought that'd be cool to build something similar to that for the tardigrade, to get the arms out of the way so it can fly out of the roof. We probably won't use this exact design. We don't need all the grinders and all the stuff on there. But we'll use some inspiration there to hide the arms away. I think that'd be kind of cool. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so for this section I ground out a little bit more of the floor. I want to just bring the conveyors out a little bit more straight this time. I think we'll come out like this. And then come over, or maybe we'll go into the floor. Let's just sink it way down just so we give ourselves enough room. Since we're already sloped down here and we don't have to dig anything out, let's just go ahead and take advantage of that. We'll just come around like this. This is where we want the robot arms to be, so we'll go ahead and put a T here. Okay, so that's where that'll slope up there, and then if we put the conveyor sorters here, maybe? We use the big block conveyor sorters, and then we'll put a hinge on top of that. Let's have that the negative, so it goes down. And then if we grind off this guy and put on a medium head, and perhaps we could still get a top on this guy to cover up when the robot is retracted in. That would be cool. But we'll go ahead and use the rotor on this one. We don't need the advanced rotor. We don't need it to actually form to anything. And these ones actually have a better displacement to connect onto the rest, so that's good. This one we can go ahead and add small head. Add a small head. I probably should just hold off on that, and we can use one of them to attach instead of using merge blocks, but that's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and rotor lock both of these for now. And we'll get them to merge later. But at least this way we can bring this guy up. And this guy should have a better displacement. I think this one goes up rather than down to look better. Let's try that. Does rotor displacement work when it's not welded up? It does. Okay. Yeah, I think 11 centimeters up works a lot better. Yeah, on these rotors, as opposed to the advanced rotors, is the other direction. Somebody in the comments was saying I should do weldless, or the like the edgeless armor without those gray panels, and I like it, but I'm also kind of leveraging it. So if I didn't have it, you would see the gap here with this advanced rotor displacement mess that's going on. I'm I mean, like, I could have put like a hinge underneath the rotor to get it perfectly
Energy
aligned, but that's
flow.
just more subgrids that I don't want to deal with. So, just as an FYI, the rotor, as opposed to the advanced rotor, just works a lot better for melding with the floor. Alright, so here we just had a conveyor and then a sorter. Let's go ahead and just repeat that. I guess we don't need that sorter there, but that's okay. We built it anyway. I don't want to redo all the plumbing. Or re-weld all this stuff. So let's see, we'll just have a transition and a sorter going up into the welder, and then that's where the advanced rotor would go. See, and we need the 0 pointing in towards the machine. That would be there. We get some stuff welded up here and we'll come back. Alright, well there is a robot arm welded on there. Let's go ahead and rotate this guy to 270 degrees. Wrong way. We'll just eyeball it, that's fine. That's close enough. So that will be there, and then we can rotate this guy down to hide him away. Let's go ahead and give him a reverse velocity. I guess we could probably keep it at 5, that was fine. Let's just do a full reverse. There we go. That guy hides down in there pretty well. Now we just got to figure out a way to cover it up. And so what I was thinking of is we'd have a armor panel that would come up and then slide over. Or flip over on a hinge. So we'll need a piston and a hinge on a small grid. Alright, I think we'll just do one block up and then we'll do the hinge. Like this. Yeah, negative will be that way. Let's go ahead and get it welded up. Is that a good height? Actually, yeah, it's a little bit too tall, which is probably a good thing. Yeah, and then we could get away with half blocks. We do half blocks like that. This one we might have to figure out a little bit something different just to get around that angle. Surprised that it's actually fitting. That's really good news. Of course, I'm out of steel plate. Now, can I get so lucky to be able to do something like this? Ooh, I might be able to. Okay, that's gonna be awesome. Okay, so this will go like this and just snug over the top of that thing. This block will have to be different because it's not going to work on the other side. That's okay. We'll figure that out in a bit. Okay, and then basically we would retract this guy. Let's see, we'd go negative. He's going to be too tall though. But yeah, something like that, and then it would retract down. And so this guy would reverse down, like so. But we're still just a bit too tall. How tall are we? 2 blocks, and we're actually 2 blocks tall there. So we just need to go down into the floor somewhat. There we go. Something like that, and we'll bring it down to a limit here. I guess 1.45 maybe? Probably do that for our upper limit. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. Let's go ahead and rotate this guy. He doesn't have a velocity. We got to give him one. There we go. That would go down, and then we would reverse this one. Okay, why can I not scroll past? I thought I could scroll up. There we go. Okay, and then we'll reverse again. And are we going to run into it? No, we should be fine. We're there, we got space of 2, and we've got enough space there, so that's good. Okay, so now we've got a way to cover up this section, so that's good. Let's go ahead and extend it back up. Alright, and before I forget, let's go ahead and set this max distance to 1.45. We may adjust it later, but at least it'll be consistent. There we go. Now we're nice and attached. We've got a double system there. So now we could do it in a group to rotate them. And flip this guy up and get our welder out of there. And then once it's out, we'll have another system. So let's go ahead and group these guys and Get him to move. Okay, so before I get too far, I thought I should probably put in the tardigrade here so we can actually see it. So we're not going to hit it. It's right on the edge there, so we should be okay. But I'll probably have this guy, you know, rotate up to like 75 degrees or something, and then this guy will start retracting down, so it doesn't hit it as it's retracting, because we have plenty of space here we should be able to clear. Yeah, we've got all that gap there to clear the robot here, so we should be fine. So yeah, we're clear of it technically. We've got half blocks there, so I guess we're fine to reverse. So that's good, actually. So let's go ahead and get our pistons now. Okay, then we'd reverse all those guys down and they get hidden out of the way. That's cool. And then this guy would get reversed. Like that. That looks pretty good. We still might be able to mess with some of these. No, that looks pretty good. Here, level. Just looked off with this guy not welded up yet. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Now we got this giant gap to worry about, but that's alright. I think we can figure it out. I was going to maybe do another panel here that is hidden under here that comes up and hides all that stuff away. Alright, you know, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking we might have this door split right down the middle. So we'll have this guy break right here, I guess where this panel is. We'll have this guy come off, and we'll have another hinge here just for this door. So that guy can come up and over, get out of the way. Actually, he just needs to open up and flap open, and then flap back down. It's this one that needs to get up and out of the way. How could I do that? Alright, so with this system we are going to see the hinge, but I'm kind of okay with that. Let's have the negative pointing down. Like that.
Energy low.
And then this just needs to be a door. Let's get those welded up before they fall down. Alright, I really need to get some shared inertial tensors on here, but that's okay. The question is will this rotate up and not flying out? Let's go ahead and give it a try. Here's two. We just need to give it a upper limit of 0, right? Oh no, that was a lower limit. Upper limit of 90. We need to have a lower limit of 0 here. We'll go ahead and reverse it down. There we go. Again, we need mag plates to kind of secure all this stuff in. It's kind of working. We'll watch it, and if it plangs out, we can always replace here with armor blocks or blast doors. Alright, there we go. That should work. And then basically we just need to rotate this guy. We'll give him a positive velocity. There. This guy needs a positive velocity as well. There we go. This guy can just swing up like that, get out of the way. Then this guy can just go ahead and rotate up. And we're good. Well, that's in the way, so we might have to just, I guess, swing this guy up? Maybe we'll just swing him up like this. Temporarily. And then shut the door. Like that. And then he's ready to go. That'll work. Alright, we've got a pretty elegant solution here. So this guy is popped up. We've got our little hatch here, so we need to get the arm out of the way. Let's see, that is this one here. Arm needs to swing up so this door can open. Swing him back down. And then he'll hide away in here. And then we just close the door. And this guy is the plate is just attached to the hinge and it hides itself. So that works out really well. I'm pretty happy with that one. This is definitely one of those instances where not having the edges would be beneficial, so we wouldn't see all of this stuff and it would hide in there pretty well. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. I guess we could try to just do something like this, but that looks a little too busy, I think. If we had something like that, I think that's too much. Alright, I have been busy off camera, added some lights, got the other bay done over there, redid the door here so it hides the hinge, so that's pretty cool. So that looks pretty cool. Got some decorating done over here. I moved the cargo container that was down under the floor here, so we actually have a permanent cargo access, which looks pretty cool. I need to redo that light now that I see it. Yeah, let me go ahead and show the operation of it. And get my HUD back, that would be good. So we open up the doors. Our welders come up. We got to get both of these arms out of the way so the door can close. And now it's ready to go and ready to weld up a tardigrade. So that turned out pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. It's pretty simple and flush and looks pretty good. Now I'm going to work on finding a permanent place for this projector, and we need to get a merge block somewhere on this tardigrade. I'm thinking right here on the back. There's this little block right here next to the cargo container. Would probably be a good spot for it. So we'll probably create a piston system with a merge block there. Alright, that's the hole for the projector. I took the projector off there, or not the projector, the merge block. So let's go ahead and open the door. So we can get access down here, and we can come up with something to hold that piston on. So we need, let's actually go back a couple spaces, or one space at least. And let me use the beam block. That's what I used over here on these hinges, so let's use it again. Okay, so we need to come down at least that much. That'll be the merge block and then a piston, and then we need a projector on here though. So let's go ahead and go one more down. Something like that, and then we can add our piston on. Could do our projector and then our merge block directly on top of that. Okay, that's pretty simple, but let's go ahead and extend it out and see what it looks like. Yeah, that looks a little weird. Like it doesn't attach to anything. Maybe we could put some detail to it. Let's put some blocks on there actually. Could we? Got an idea here. Okay, there is our projection. That's where the merge block will be, so we have a block potentially to connect there and on the side. So we can't do what I was thinking, but we could do some structure here. Something like that. But it's going to leave a gap in the floor. So let's go ahead and just put it on here and see what it looks like. Yeah, it's not horrible. That looks like a pretty good height to weld from, actually. We don't want to go too high with it, so I am okay with that. You can't get into the hole, you're not going to... Yeah, I think that works. You can actually see the projector. What happens if we paint this caution? Does that look funky? Not bad. It looks a lot better than painting this caution color, so yeah, we'll go with that. Alright, next let's create some little cradles here for the ship to kind of nestle into so we can unmerge it and retract that piston down. So kind of thinking right here on either side of the connector, and then it's not going to interfere. Well, actually, the thrusters are out far enough. Let's go here in the middle of the container, and then we don't have to worry about scraping. Alongside, yeah, that's fine. Oh shit. Well, that was dumb. Okay. That's supposed to go there. Well, I guess we're gonna redo that. Oops. Alright, there we go. Call me Surf Pro, it's like it never happened. Let's go ahead and work on the clamps now. So all I was thinking of for the clamps is just to do something, maybe with some half blocks. Like this. 1, 2, 3. And then arc it up. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, so they have to go like this. And then they would cradle up like this. With maybe just one like that. No, we can go full block. Something like that, that just comes up and cradles that guy to hold him in. I guess we can make it permanent, but do we want him to retract? I kind of feel that would be kind of fun. Alright, I'm trying to experiment here with a hatch of some type. I guess put a block there. I guess if it works, let's make this permanent. So let's get our rounded block, just so it matches everything else down here. And then a hinge here. It's not going to get enough out of the way, though. I would need the full rotation. That's why I was thinking it would be here. Then I could swing it out. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. There we go. It's nice and flush. Let's see if we can actually open the thing. I have a feeling the answer is no. Oh, actually. But does it get it out of the way enough? No. Well, that's what I'm doing wrong. Okay, and it doesn't work anyway. It's catching there. Okay, it's catching there and I'm doing it wrong. This should not be attached like this. This needs to go up to 90 degrees. So I do need that 180 degrees of swing. This just needs to go up like this. I don't know what I was thinking. That one. There we go. Something like that. Nope. Okay. Those need to go away.
Energy low.
Those just need to be full 45s. That's totally fine. There we go. Swings out of the way, and we're going to have enough for another one over here on the other side, so that's good. Let's go ahead and reverse it again. Make sure it actually sucks up inside. Alright, beautiful. Love it. Let's create another one. There we go. I like it. Okay, now we need a piston setup for the... I wonder if I should have connected off of that. Can I connect off here and it still, like, will stick together? So I can attach there. Alright, so we got the doors there, and we just need a couple pistons here to hold up the cradles. This is so stupid. I don't know why I'm putting this much effort in just for little cradles, just to have it hidden, but whatever. Here we are. Alright, then we'll put our little cradle thing on like this. Okay, I think I like the one with just the tips being painted caution. This is a little too much. I wish the stripes would actually match, but yeah, none of that matches. There. Oh, okay. Yep, we're not doing that much in that caution color. Alright, well, let's go see how close we are with our height limits. Okay, we're a block too tall, basically. 1.5 is too tall. It needs to be just a bit shy of that, because it's kind of merging in. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now the question is can I weld anything up? Can I get this? No, I have interior plate on me, and it's not wanting to weld up. So that's what I was worried about. If I reverse that guy down, then I can. Okay, well, we'll have to take that into consideration when we weld this guy. We'll have to get quite a bit of this stuff welded up, at least in the center here. This guy, the connector probably, and this container here, before we set up those clamps. I'm wondering if we do multiple projections. Can we get those guys on, though? Yes, okay, so I can weld all that stuff up with this clamp in place. So I'm thinking, yeah, we will do 2 different projections. Because, yeah, I can't get that guy welded up because that guy's in the way. Is it just the side plates, though? No. Alright, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get another projector on here at least, just one. So we'll kind of redo our little projection here. How do we want to do that? I'll have to think about that one. We're just going to put our piston right here on the floor. And then we'll just build up blocks on top of it to where we want it to go. So let's go ahead and extend this guy. Okay, so here is where we would have the merge block stick up. And so we're only going to have like 2 blocks that we'll have exposed. That will work, and then we can just go around like normal. Like this. With some caution. Yeah, so it'll basically look like that, so we only have to worry about really 1 block tall here. So I guess let's just grind that guy off. Let's get a full block there. And then maybe a pillar? Yeah, that'll look nice. And then we can put a merge block on the top of that. Okay, so there's our merge in the ground. Let's go ahead and get a couple projectors on the sides. Alright, well I think we are done mechanically with the Tardigrade Bay. We'll have to redo the blueprints and get the sequencing and all that stuff for the welding. We'll do all the programming in another episode, but I want to do another little side project over there. But first, let's go ahead and show this guy off. So we would project up our little merge block here and turn on our projector. It would just be for the body without the thrusters on the side. Open up these bays. Extend our hinges out here for our welding arms. Get the arms up and out of the way so I can close the door. And then those guys are ready to weld up the body. Once the body is all welded up, we'll open up those covers, extend these pistons up to cradle into the body. We'll get the thrusters welded on, get it all done, and then we can unmerge. Oh, we'll turn off our merge, retract that guy down, and then get these welding arms up and out of the way. Fold them back in, cover it up, and now we have a tardigrade here on a cradle, ready to fly out of here without any interference in the way of it. And once it's out of there, we'll just retract this guy back. Close our little doors, and we're back to a completely flush floor. So that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and head over here now for my other little project that I want to work on. Alright, so over here I've been working on some stuff in where the monorail station will go up on the top to go over to an apartment complex. I've been kind of working out the stairs and how I want it to look. And I think I'm going to have this section pretty open like this with these catwalks here. We'll put a wall here on this white panel to block off the control room for the factory from the, you know, kind of monorail station that'll be over the top of it. I guess this will need to be extended out. Let's use... maybe this block? We might end up using this block. Yeah, that'll probably look better. Yeah, but basically we'll have a wall here that'll have door access, you know, somewhere here to get into each one of these control centers, which will be good, and then it'll segregate it off from here. But what I want to work on right now is right here, I want to put in a little coffee shop. Alright, so I think we need to work on maybe the back plane. Let's see, we're going to need some bars. I think that'll be good. We use the sci-fi counter bars. This will be access into the coffee shop here for the employees. Well, I thought the inset kitchen actually had the coffee machine. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it's on the sink side, so we'll use one of the sinks. Let's go ahead and grind these wall panels out.
Inventory full.
Oh, of course they are. Let's just dump some material there. Alright, so let's go ahead and put one of the kitchen sinks here. I think that would be good. And then I'm thinking we'll just put these inset bookshelves here that have the little coffee bar on it. Will be good.
Inventory full.
Alright, here we'll just put in a couple counters. I've got an idea of what I want to do instead of that bar there. We'll have it be that you order over here, and then you pick up your order here on this little table. That'll work, I think. All right, and obviously one little coffee thing over here in the back wall is not going to make a cafe. So what I want to do is I want to get some little mag plates. I'm hoping this works. We'll find out together. And just put them here on the counter. There we go, like that. It'll lock down, and then we can put a little coffee machine on it, like that. Yeah, something like that, and we'll put like a couple more here on this back wall. I think it'll be cool if I can get the mag plates to play nicely. Alright, that worked surprisingly better than I thought it was going to. So, there we go. We got our little coffee machines, we got our sink, little prep station there. I was thinking about putting a counter across the side here, but I kind of like the look of that bar there, but I'm not sure. I do know I want to get some neon, though. Okay, there we go. We'll get some of this stuff welded up, and then here I think we'll put a text panel or a sign or something. Let's go ahead and get a screen. Alright, and then right here we can put some dispensers, maybe, on the back wall. That'll be good. People can get stuff there. Alright, well there we go. Nice little side project. Got a little coffee shop with our little queue there to order up. We've got our signage there. We can put the name of the coffee shop. I mean, I could do, like, engineered coffee, but that seems a little on the nose. So shout off in the comments below what you think we should name this place. But we got a little bit of seating, little coffee shop. These worked out really cool. I do have trash removal off, so they should stay. We should be fine there. Yeah, so this is where we're going to call it an episode, and I will see you guys later.